I am 95 years old, and I have realized that my life was never really mine to begin with. We spend our youth trying to own things. We want to own our time and our space and our reputations. We want to be the masters of our own destiny. But standing here at the very end of the hallway, I can see that we are not owners. We are just temporary caretakers of a story that is much bigger than we are. We are all connected by invisible threads that we rarely notice until the music stops. I am sitting here in the quiet glow of my desk lamp, and I am thinking about the people I have touched and the people who have touched me. In the heat of life, we think that the big moments define us. We think it is the weddings and the promotions and the grand achievements that matter. But looking back from 95, I can tell you that those are just the milestones on the road. The true meaning of your life is found in the tiny ripples you created without even knowing it. I want to talk to you about the legacy of kindness and why it is the only thing that survives the fire of time.
Let me tell you about a cold Tuesday in 1974. I was in a terrible mood. I had lost a client, and I felt like the world was against me. As I was driving home, I saw a man standing by the side of the road next to a car with a flat tire. He looked exhausted and cold. My first instinct was to keep driving. I told myself I was too busy and too tired, but something made me stop. I spent 20 minutes in the freezing wind, helping him change that tire. We barely spoke. When we were done, he tried to offer me money, but I refused. I just told him to pass it on. I forgot about that man within a week. But 10 years later, I was at a low point in my life. I was sitting in a hospital waiting room, and a stranger walked up to me and handed me a cup of coffee. He said, "You look like you need this." We started talking, and it turned out he was the brother of the man I had helped in the snow all those years ago. His brother had told him the story of the stranger who stopped when no one else would, and it had become a family legend about the goodness of people. That small act of mine had traveled through time and space to find me when I was at my weakest. You never know where your kindness goes. You never know whose life you are changing with a simple smile or a helping hand. Do not underestimate the power of being decent. It is a currency that never loses its value. I have seen many people reach 95 with hearts full of bitterness. They are the people who lived only for themselves. They focused on their own comfort and their own safety and their own glory. They thought that by protecting themselves, they would be happy. But the human heart is like a garden. If you only grow things for yourself, the soil eventually turns sour. The loneliest people I know are the ones who were the most successful by the world's standards, but who never learned how to give. They have the big houses and the expensive art, but they have no one to share a meal with. They have followers on a screen, but no one to hold their hand when the lights grow dim. True happiness is a byproduct of service. It is the result of looking outside of yourself and asking, how can I help? You don't need to save the world. You just need to save the person standing next to you. If you want to find peace, find a way to be useful. A life lived only for the self is a life that disappears the moment you stop breathing. But a life lived for others is a life that continues to bloom long after you are gone. We live in a world that tells you that you are an individual. It tells you that you are alone and that you have to fight for your share of the pie. But in 95, I see things differently. I see that we are all part of a single breathing organism. When you hurt someone else, you are hurting a part of yourself. When you lift someone else up, you are rising with them. I remember the face of the woman who taught me how to read. I remember the man who gave me my first job when I had no experience. I remember the neighbor who brought us soup when Eleanor was sick. These people are part of me. Their kindness is woven into the fabric of my soul, and I hope that my kindness is woven into yours. We are not islands. We are a mountain range. We are connected beneath the surface in ways that the mind cannot comprehend. Stop treating other people like obstacles or competitors. Treat them like brothers and sisters who are just as scared and confused as you are. We are all just walking each other home. I have made many mistakes in my life. I have been angry, and I have been selfish, but I have never regretted an act of kindness. I've never looked back and wished I had been meaner or colder or more calculated. My only regrets are the times I held back. The times I saw a need and looked away. The times I had a chance to be a light and chose to stay in the dark. Do not be afraid to be the person who cares too much. Do not be afraid to be the one who says I appreciate you. The world will try to tell you that being cold is being cool, but being cold is just being dead before your time. Stay warm. Stay open. Stay kind. Most of the important work in this world is invisible. It is the mother waking up at 3 in the morning to comfort a crying child. It is the teacher staying late to help a struggling student. It is the person who picks up litter on the street when no one is watching. Most of the important work in this world is invisible. It is the mother waking up at 3 in the morning to comfort a crying child. It is the teacher staying late to help a struggling student. It is the person who picks up litter on the street when no one is watching. Do not seek the applause of the crowd. Seek the quiet satisfaction of knowing you did the right thing. At 95, I can tell you that the applause fades very quickly, but the quiet satisfaction stays with you. It is the only thing that allows you to sleep peacefully at night. As my mind wanders in these final days, I find that my memories are not of my achievements, but of my connections. I don't remember the balance of my bank account in 1982, but I remember the way the sun felt on my face when I was walking in the park with my daughter. I remember the taste of the bread my mother used to bake. I remember the sound of my wife's laughter in the kitchen. Memories are the only true inheritance, and you are creating those memories right now. What kind of memories are you building for the people around you? Will they remember your anger and your stress and your obsession with your phone? Or will they remember your presence and your warmth and your love? You are the architect of the stories that'll be told at your funeral. Build a story that is beautiful. Build a story that makes people want to be better. Build a story that is full of light. The lamp is flickering now, and I can feel the weight of the years pulling at me. I have told you everything I know about the road. I have warned you about the traps, and I have pointed out the flowers. I have shown you that life is a gift that is meant to be shared. Do not be afraid of the end. If you have loved well, and if you have been kind, the end is just a quiet room where you can finally rest. But before you get here, make sure you have used every bit of your light. Do not leave any love inside you. Give it all! Oh, away. Empty your heart until there is nothing left. I am tired now, and the silence is calling my name. I am ready to step out of the story and let you write the next chapter. Be brave. Be kind. And above all else, be a light for those who are still lost in the dark. Why do we hoard words of love as if they were a limited resource? Don't be the one standing before the coffin, whispering things that should have been said when they were alive. This is the most important reminder for those who are still putting off expressing their feelings to the people who matter most to them. We are all passengers on a one-way train of destiny. Don't journey alone into oblivion. Subscribe to become part of a community of people who choose to live life to the fullest while they still can. Thank you for walking with me for these 95 years. It has been a wonderful journey. Go now and live a life that is worth remembering. The world is waiting for you.